it's going.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
Today's story is about Alex. Alex underwent a brain tumor resection 3 years ago. She has made great progress since then, but continues to struggle with goal management and organization tasks, which has negatively affected her career as a craft blogger. Alex has been participating in goal management training for the past 3 weeks with her SLP Erin. Let's see how Alex and Erin are getting along in therapy today.
so for the past few sessions, we've been working on setting goals and planning the steps that we need in order to complete those goals. So let's pick up where we left off last week. So do you remember our Ready, Set, Goal worksheet that we worked on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was the main task we were trying to complete last session?
So I want to make napkins for Sally's bridal party.
And what were some of the challenges that we talked about that you might come across when you're completing the napkins?
I know I get distracted easily, so if I do get distracted, I feel like I might miss a step or do one of the steps wrong. But we had talked about making a list of the steps to really help me with that. And then also, when I go to the store without a plan, I always forget to buy something. So this week when I went to the store to get the supplies, I used a list, and that really helped.
And then did you check them off as you went through the store? That's
Yeah.
good. Awesome. All right, so when did you want to have the napkins done by?
I
Do you
don't
remember?
remember, no.
Okay, so let's look back at our sheet because that's the beauty of writing things down. So what does it say right here?
Oh, December 10th by the date of the party.
Right, okay, good. So whenever you forget something, you can always look back to your worksheet. So let's review the steps that we're going to need to do in order to make the napkin. Since you already went to the store, you bought the supplies you need. So what do you think the next step would be?
I think that we need to make a list of the steps to make the napkins.
Perfect, yeah. So let's work on that next, okay? Awesome.
In the remainder of the session, Alex and Erin made a list of the specific sub-goals needed to make the napkins. At home, Alex reviewed the list several times, which helps with her ability to encode and retain the steps. Today, they are going to actually complete the activity. They just finished reviewing the sub-goals and are ready to get started.
Okay, so now that we've identified and reviewed your sub-goals, we can get started. So here's your checklist that we made.
Okay, so we already reviewed the steps needed to complete the napkin and the end product that we talked about from last session.
And what was the end product again? What do we want it to look like?
It needs to be white in the middle and blue on the ends.
You're right, okay.
So I also already gathered my supplies. I poured the dye into the bucket.
Good.
So now I need to put my gloves on. Nice. And then I need to dip my napkin into the bucket. Okay.
There you go.
And wait a little for the dye to move up. And okay, great. One is done.
All right, let's stop for a minute and let's review. What was your napkin supposed to look like again?
Oh, it was supposed to be white in the middle and blue only on the ends.
So let's think, how are you going to change your plan and what are you going to do differently next time?
So I guess next time I should only dip the edges of the napkin into the dye.
Right, because you want the middle to be white.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
So remember that it's always important to self-monitor while we're completing the task, and it's okay to take a minute to think about the steps and go back if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
After the feedback from Erin, Alex completed the task again. Using her checklist and the revised sub-goal, the new napkins came out flawlessly.
Okay, Alex, so let's review how today's session went. What do you think went well, and what do you think you would do differently next time?
I think creating the checklist really helped me organize my thoughts and the steps that I needed to take while making the napkins.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that went really well. And something that I think I could do differently next time was be more specific when writing the directions and the steps.
Mm-hmm. And what goal or what step did that help you on today?
So I had originally said just to dip the napkin into the bucket.
Right.
But when we made it more specific, just dipping the edges into the bucket, that really helped a lot.
Good. Okay, so over the past few weeks, we've really been working on our plan, do, and review strategy, and I think you're doing a great job in the planning and the doing. You're able to make your checklist, think about the steps that you need to complete the main task, which is great. I think one thing that we should continue to work on is the review aspect of it. Really that self-monitoring so that when you're completing a task, you're able to make changes as you're doing them.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, so we'll definitely continue to work on that next week.
Okay.
And I hope Sally loves her napkins.
Thank you. I just wanted to give you one. Thank you so much for all your help.
Thanks, Alex.
Which has negatively affected her career as a craft blogger.
Erin! I'm